Accepting Fear, Escaping Pain, Andy and the Psychologist, January 12th, page 89. So, Andy, here we are again. Are you ready? You called the meeting, boss. How do you like all this cold weather? I don't. Everything is cold and dirty and generally depressing. Do you find yourself depressed very often? Yeah, sometimes I don't even want to get out of bed. Do you feel sad? Not really, just heavy, like I'm carrying around Mike Tyson's punching bag inside of me. Do you ever feel like you're out of touch with reality? Well, now that you mention it, me and Keisha went for a long walk a couple of weeks ago. I have no wheels anymore, remember? We had been talking about Rob and the holidays and how his family must have felt. Have you talked to either of Rob's parents since that phone call you had from his mother on Christmas Day? Nah, man, I ain't got the nerve. I know they must hate me. Why would they want to talk to the person who killed their son? It might be worth a try. You were Rob's best friend, weren't you? Yeah, I guess. I bet they'd be glad to talk to you. Maybe. So go ahead. You were talking about the walk you took with Keisha. Yeah. We stopped at a freeway overpass, and we just stood there for a minute, watching the cars whiz underneath us. Their lights were on, and they came at us like bullets, it seemed. Too fast to count. I thought about the four of us the night of the accident on that same expressway, and I noticed that the retaining wall was really only about 4 feet high. Do you remember it differently? Yeah, that night it seemed like a mountain. And the longer I stood there, the more I became sort of hypnotized by the slick whistling of the cars as they rushed beneath us, and I wanted to jump. Why do you think you felt like that? I don't know why. I just felt like I should be down there. Like if I were part of that fast-moving rush, I wouldn't feel anything anymore, and everything would be cool again. I think I even leaned over, really ready to join those bullet things down below. So what happened then? Keisha grabbed my jacket and screamed at me, "Andy Jackson, get your stupid butt away from that railing. Are you crazy?" It's like I sort of came to then, and I looked at her as if she were from another planet. I guess I was the one acting spacey, but she just told me to take her home. By the time we got to her house, it had started to snow, and we were both breathing normally again. Did she say anything else? No. I just looked at her and I said, real soft and easy, "Thanks." Then I kissed her real lightly on the lips and I went home. We never mentioned it again. And nothing like that ever happened again. Why did you say you felt like you should be down there with the cars? Did you feel like you wanted to die? Die? Yeah, no, I don't know. Why are you talking about dying? Have you ever thought about being dead, Andy? I used to. Right after the accident, I wanted to be dead. I wanted it to be me that was dead instead of Rob. I wanted the hurting to go away. What about now? Do you ever think about death? To tell you the truth, man, I think about it all the time. Does that frighten you? Yeah, sometimes it seems like being dead is the only way I'll ever feel alive again. Does that make sense? Sure it does, Andy. You're hurting and you can't find an escape from the pain, and you're frightened because the only way out seems to be something you can't even verbalize. Am I right? Yeah, man. You're the first person that will ever talk about death to me. People are scared of it, and nobody, not even my friends and family, wants to talk about it. It's kind of a relief to bring it out finally. There's nothing wrong with thinking about or talking about death, Andy, and it's normal for your thoughts to center on this subject. After all, the death of a friend is a traumatic experience in itself. So I ain't crazy. Not even a little bit. Suppose it's more than just thinking about death in general. Suppose I told you I sometimes think about killing myself. I'd say I'm not surprised. Sometimes it's part of the guilt and grieving process to consider suicide as an alternative to the pain, but the answer is life, Andy, not death. So then I'd tell you about the other alternatives to help eliminate the pain. Like what? Like talking to Rob's parents, or like writing a letter to Rob, like talking to other kids who might consider drinking and driving. Do you think you could handle any of those? Yeah, probably, maybe. I don't really know. And then I'd ask you to promise me that if you got so depressed that you didn't think you could handle the situation, you'd call me before you did anything to harm yourself. Could you promise that? Yeah, I'd call you, but I ain't stupid, man. I might think about it. I might even threaten it, but I ain't hardly ever gonna kill myself. I ain't got the nerve. That's good. Do you feel a little better now that we've verbalized some of the things that you were unsure of or unwilling to talk about? Yeah, I do. Do you think if you wrote a letter to Rob or to his parents, it would help eliminate some of the pain? I don't know. I never thought about it. Why don't you try to write one of those letters and bring it next time that you come, okay? Dag, now I got homework from my shrink. I can't win. Yes, you can, Andy. You're a winner all the way. You really think so? I know so. You remember now. You promise to call me if you need me any time of the day or night, okay? Yeah, okay. Peace, man. Later.